I know the power of the universe is behind every word I speak, and so I want my words to be the kind of words that I want to see revealed in my life. We live in a field of potential. The mind of God is a field of potential, and we have the potential to create the world that we want to see. You can train your mind. You can stop those thoughts. You can stop in the tracks. You can stop it. All you have to do is say stop. But that's too simple. So we need to train our minds to go in the direction where we want them to go. If someone has done something to you that you don't like, instead of sitting there and letting that thought ruin the day for you, start thinking about something that makes you feel good. Start thinking about things that you would like to see. Start thinking about how you would like that interaction with that person to be, rather than just going over and over and over what he or she said to make you so miserable. Just stop. But if stop is too simple for you, then I have some other ways that you can train your mind. And the first thing is, you need to get clear about what you want. So many of us are just not clear about what it is that we want. We think we are until we sit down and we really start thinking about it. And then it gets all muddied. When I started ministerial school, so I began to think the other day, I was thinking, it's been 10 years. My goodness, where did those 10 years go? But when I started my first week in ministerial school, I left home feeling like I shouldn't be, because I had to go to California. And I left my husband and my grandson at home alone and thinking, I shouldn't be doing this. I should be home taking care of my family. Mom, you know the things that will get to you if you're off doing something that you think you want to do. Well, I was so mixed about am I doing the right thing that it began to worry me, because I know the power of our words. I know it, even though sometimes I don't live by it. But I got a message that weekend. If I send a mixed message to the universe, that's what I'm going to get back. If we send mixed messages to the universe, we're going to get mixed messages. In some of our cases, all we get is mud. You have to get clear about what it is that you want. And I don't care if what it is, as long as you're clear about it. If you're clear about the job you want, then you will get that job. But if you're not clear, if you're thinking, I would like a job, but I don't really know if I really want this job, I don't really know if I want a job, I don't really blah, 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 blah. Whatever it is, if you want a friend, you need to be clear that you want friends. If you want a partner in your life, you need to be clear about what it is, what kind of partner you want. You want a loving partner? You want a partner who's only half there? That brings to mind funny images. You want a partner who's only there sometimes? You want a partner to share your life with? You need to get clear about what it is that you want, because if you don't, you're not going to get what you want, or it's going to be mud. So the first step in training your mind is to be clear. And you get clear by just sitting with yourself and being quiet and asking the questions, what is it that I really want? What is it that I really want? And when the answer comes, don't muddy that up with thinking, is it really this? Is this really true? When you hear the answer, when you get the answer, accept it. So the first step is to get clear, and then the second step is to focus. Focus. We all hear this all the time. You've got to focus on what you want, because if you focus on what you don't want, you're going to get more of what you don't want. You're not going to get what you want if you're not focusing on it. You can't focus on what you don't want and get what you want. Do you understand that? What that means, if you've got a pile of bills that you would like to see have the money to pay for, You can't keep focusing on that pile of bills, because all you're going to get when you focus on that pile of bills is more bills. So you've got to focus on, I know that I live in an abundant universe, and I know that the money that I need is coming to me now. This is what you focus on. You don't focus on, oh, I need this, I need this. You focus on, oh no, I have it, I have it, I have it. That's what you focus on. The third one is you choose. You choose wisely your thoughts and your emotions, because the universe responds to emotions as well as thoughts. And it actually responds more to your emotions than it does to your thoughts. So if your thoughts are angry, that's what the universe is going to respond to. So you need to choose your thoughts and your emotions wisely. Be selective about how you feel. Be selective about what you think. We watched a movie last night about a young boy who was not happy with the decision his mother made about moving, but he discovered there were some attractions to the little towns they moved to, one of which was a girl who liked to surf. And so he decided he wanted to learn to surf, and he discovered his grandfather knew how to surf, so his grandfather was going to teach him how. And what he discovered is surfing is harder than it looks. Just getting up on the board is hard. And he tried to get up on the board, and he didn't get up on the board as fast enough to suit his grandfather, so he had to do it again and again and again. He says, I can't do this. It's too hard. I can't do this. Be selective about what your emotions and your thoughts are. He kept saying, I can't do this. The more he said, I can't do this, the more he couldn't do it. When he finally got clear that he wanted to learn to surf, he began to stop saying, I can't do this, and he began to focus on learning how to do it. And when he did, he was able to learn how to surf. So choose your thoughts and your emotions wisely. Choose only the thoughts and the emotions that you want to see manifest in your life. And then act as if it is all coming out. Now that doesn't mean you go out and buy a $500 million house when you don't have the money or the means to pay for it. But you stop acting as though you're never going to get it. You begin to believe it. You begin to look for pictures of the house that you want. You begin to look for pictures of the car that you want. You begin to look for pictures of the person that you'd like to see in your life. You begin to act as if all of this is even already in your life. And once you begin to act like it, you begin to walk and talk in a different way. You begin to believe that it's possible, and sooner or later you're going to see it show up in your life. So act as if you already have it. Let it become your default way of being. And then expect it. Expect it. So many of us will do all of these things, and then we don't expect it. We just don't expect it because, oh my goodness, I'm not worth that. Oh my goodness, how's that going to happen? Oh, blah, blah, blah. Expect it. You don't have to know how it's going to happen. You don't have to know. I have this little war going on with me all the time because there's a certain car that I would like to have, and it's pretty expensive. And I think, and stop thinking about how. That's none of my business. Just concentrate on the what. And the what is, I want this particular car, I want this particular car in this particular color. And I have to stop thinking about how on earth am I going to pay for it, because that's none of my business. Because what I have known, I know, and I know it from the past, because it has happened to me in the past, it will show up one day. And I don't need to know how it's going to show up. I just have to concentrate on this particular thing that I want. So expect it. To concentrate and expect to have it. And the expectation is, don't put a deadline on it, because the universe doesn't know any deadlines. To the universe, to God, whatever name you want to give, our genie. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow are one and the same. So expect it and know that it's coming toward you and that it is yours already. These are the steps to Abracadabra. These are the steps to creating what you want. Train your mind to go in the direction that you want it to go in. Get clear about what you want. Focus on what it is that you want. Act as if you already have it and expect it to happen. Those are the steps. Ernest Holmes says, if we rise superior to the world, we shall create a new pattern. If we rise superior to the world, we shall create a new pattern. This is the thing about Ernest Holmes, and this is one of the reasons why I am a religious scientist. Ernest Holmes walked his talk. Some of us do, and some of us don't, and some of us have gotten away from it. Ernest Holmes loved to entertain people. It was one of his great joys. And one day he had some people in his home, and he was showing them his rose garden. He had a beautiful rose garden. And in the process of showing off his roses, one of them reached out and punctured his arm. And so he had this big gash in his arm, and it was bleeding profusely. And Ernest just took a handkerchief out of his pocket, wrapped it around his arm, and went on about his business. They went in and had dinner. And then after dinner, one of the people there decided they needed to pray for his arm. So Ernest took off the handkerchief. The puncture wound was almost healed. In just the course of the dinner, his arm was almost healed. All the while they were having dinner, Ernest was praying. And what he prayed was, I am whole. I am healthy. My skin is whole. My skin is thought, and thought is whole. There is no way that skin can be broken because skin is thought, and thought cannot be broken. I am whole and I am healthy. And in the process of his praying for his own arm, his arm began to heal. Do we have that kind of confidence in our word? Because this is what Ernest Holmes taught. The power of the universe is behind every word we speak. Do we have the power? Do we have the confidence in our word that there is power behind our word? If we do, we can see wounds healed.